Right, so we thought today we would talk about something that we said we were going to talk about in a video at some point, and we saw some comments saying, yeah, please let us know about these in case you guys are thinking of visiting Cambodia yourself. So we are going to go through now some of the most common scams that are in this country.
Can you hear all them dogs now?
Yeah.
Does everyone here know they're like caught from a video outside and they're going to be really noisy? Anyway, yeah, so buying from children. So it's known here that some children are sent out by their parents to sell like tourist things, so like bags and like maps, books of the area, bracelets, all little like gimmicky things, and as the kids are so cute, you're more tempted and wanting to buy from them, thinking that you're like doing them a favour, but really you need to not be buying from these kids. You need to be saying no thank you and just walking away, because although that may sound a horrible thing to say, if you do buy from them, you're then like making this circle continue.
You're feeding the system. Yeah,
because these kids should be in school, and a lot of the time if a kid comes home having sold a lot of things in one day, the parent goes, oh, that's actually better than sending them to school.
We'll send them out the next night. And the Cambodian government actually advise this as well. They advise you not to buy things off kids on the streets. Another very common one we've heard about is pickpockets, and especially snatches from mopeds. So you'll be walking along the street, your phone out or something, side of the road, someone comes along on a moped, someone on the back of the moped snatches your phone, camera straight out your hand or whatever. We always carry our camera around our necks, and we try not to get our phones out in the busy streets.
So if you're holding your phone, you're not like squeezing it hard like so that no one can grab it, like you just hold it so it doesn't fall to the floor. But if someone went to grab it, it would easily be taken from your hand. So just think about that. Don't like be on corners sort of waving your phone around on your GPS. Just kind of keep it close to yourself and try not to go on it too much in the street.
That being said, everyone we've come across has been so friendly. Everyone says hello, and we haven't seen any of that ourselves, but we know it does go on.
The next one is all about baby milk. What can happen is a young woman will come up to you with a little baby and say, I don't want money, I just want you to come to this shop and buy some formula for my baby. She'll take you into this shop. The shop owner will charge you like $20-30 for like some baby formula, and because you're in that situation, they make it very hard for you to say no. You end up forking out that much money, and then the woman then gives the milk back to the shop and they split the cost. So it's like an ongoing cycle. It's just a complete scam.
There's no baby. Well, there might be a baby, but there's no baby. There's normally a baby there. Goes back into the shop. Don't fall for it. So the next one is one we actually saw ourselves yesterday. If you saw our Thailand vlogs, we were hiring mopeds all the time. It's so easy. You book them at your hotel.
And every tourist hires mopeds in Thailand. Like, it's a thing there.
Not here though. Very, very few tourists on mopeds. All the locals ride mopeds.
Yeah.
It was illegal a few years ago to actually hire mopeds here for tourists. It's not illegal now, but the police still don't like it. We saw a couple just like us getting pulled over yesterday. The police literally whistled, waved them in, took the bike from them, and they were like, follow us. We don't know what happened after that.
They walked them somewhere with their bike, and they looked terrified, didn't they?
Yeah, they basically would have been fined. It's the police, so you can't exactly argue it. Who are you going to argue it with? They pull you over, they fine you for pretty much nothing, and that's that.
Another one is about people begging for food. This is fairly similar to the baby scam, because what happens is a woman will come up to you and say, I don't want money, I'm not asking for money, but all I want you to do is buy me a meal, which sounds kind of like you'd kind of want to do that as a nice gesture. I know I would if I didn't know about it before. So you get taken to this restaurant and they charge you again a ridiculous amount of money for this meal that should have cost a couple of dollars. And again, you're put into a situation of, well, you've chosen to buy her this food, you have to pay for it. And it's just, and you're then stuck with this big bill at the end of the meal.
This next one isn't particularly a scam as such, but it's just something to look out for, something to bear in mind when you're in Cambodia. The taxis and tuk-tuks aren't metered, and most of the taxis here are tuk-tuks. We haven't seen many actual cars, so make sure before you get in a tuk-tuk, you tell them exactly where you want to go, and you should barter for the price. A 5-minute journey roughly should be about $1.
And agree on the price before you get in as well, because if you get somewhere and then they could just say, oh yeah, $10, and they've already done the journey, so you can't argue it. If you say, oh, I want to go to this restaurant please, and they say $6 but it should be $1, and you just say yeah, okay, and just get in, you've paid another $5 more than you should have done. So make sure you can barter. But for us, when it's like arguing over like $1 or $2 and knowing that it's helping them by spending more money, there's kind of that aspect as well, because like that's quite a lot of money.
Sometimes it should be $1, but they're like, oh, $1 per person, and we're like, to us that's still $2. That's still like £1.70 or something. So you can use your own judgment.
Another one is to do with monks, well, not actual monks, people dressed, scam artists dressed as monks. They'll be selling you like bracelets and things and charging quite a lot of money. So you think you're doing a good thing by buying this bracelet from a monk as like a donation, but there's actually no charity here. The monk is just a normal person, they're not a monk. They've just bought a monk's like uniform, like the orange robes, and put it on. And the best way to tell if it's actually a monk or not is that they wouldn't actually be telling like tourists products. They wouldn't be selling that.
They don't go out looking for donations.
No.
They would just accept them if you went up to them.
Yeah.
So we don't want to put you off visiting Cambodia at all.
Not
We've
at all.
absolutely loved our time here so far. The people are so friendly. The food's great. The country's amazing. It's really great place to visit. But if you are visiting, just look out for these scams.
Yes, and I'm glad, like, having seen a few sort of happening around us, I'm glad I knew before, because I might have just been like, oh, that's fine. If I hadn't read about it, we probably would have hired a moped and then we could have got a fine and pulled over by these police. But
Exactly.
yeah. Anyway, let's go on with the vlog.
Yeah, we need some food. Let's go.